Minitab Chapter 3. The counties with the experimental programs in 2004 are identified in column C38. I will calculate some summary statistics using C38 for the percent of the population who vote, which is in column C27. And then the bivariable will be that welfare reform program, which is in column C38. And remember, I can pick my statistics over here, and I said, okay, okay, and there's my output. I see that the percent of the population that vote is somewhat lower in the counties without the welfare reform program. No means counties without the program, yes means counties with the program. I will investigate how other variables affect the percent of registered voters who vote. Perhaps there's a relationship with crime. I will create a scatter plot of the percent of the population who vote versus the crime index, and the two categories of county will be identified. Select Graph, Scatter Plot, and I want to do a scatter plot with groups, and I'm going to select the percent of the population who vote as my Y variable, and for my X variable I'm going to select the crime index. And then in my categorical here for the grouping, I'm going to select the welfare reform program, which was in column C38. Let me go back for a second because it hasn't shown the different colors. So let me just do this one more time. Graph, excuse me, scatter plot with groups. Yeah, I didn't save this one. And I want to go down and put in C38. And then OK. Okay, so now I can see the program, the counties with the welfare reform are red and the counties without are blue. Here's my output. One county has a very high crime index. I'll investigate this county. I can click on the outlier and it will show me the column, or the row rather, and also the value of the crime index and the value for the percent of the population voting. Row 60 turns out to be Mecklenburg. And the way I can find that is to scroll down here, and row 60 is Mecklenburg. Notice that it did participate in the welfare reform program. We saw that before in the graph because it was colored red. Notice that this county is unusual because the crime index is very high. However, the percent of registered voters is not unusual. I can double check that the crime index was entered correctly or incorrectly. I can also look at other counties in the data set to see if that would help explain the high crime index for Mecklenburg County.